Hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day today. This is Tomo Atobule, the lead mentor of Data Starter NG, and today I'm going to walk you through a template of your executive slides. Now, this is the first slide. We have the title, subtitle, and your name. It goes Customer retention is dropping, the 1 million risk, presented by Ibrahim Salame. Now you are going to notice the title already gives an insight into what exactly we are talking about. So already your recipients have an idea of what you want to say. So please refrain from using generic titles. Try as much as possible to use a title that will spark a conversation in the mind of the reader. Next, we have our table of contents. Simple and straightforward. We have numbered 1 to 8. We are going to cover annual summary, KPI overview, milestone timeline, financial report, challenges and solutions, team growth, 2026 planning, and closing notes. So you can be as simple as possible when it comes to this. You don't have to be extravagant. Again, we are trying to make the most of our time and opportunity, knowing our audience. We have to prepare the material accordingly. That is one thing this program tries to take into account as much as possible. As Ibrahim mentioned, you can go ahead and prepare yours in Power BI or any business intelligence tool of your preference. This is just simply a sample showing you steps you can take and things you can look at when preparing the executive slide. So the first is the annual summary. Here we have key details of what exactly happened and some of our findings. Let's just say you've gone through the OList data set, you've performed your analysis, you've derived your insights. Think of this annual summary as a place where you can put your KPI cards, numbers or insights that are relevant and gives the recipients an idea of where exactly we are, where we want to go, and what is stopping us from getting there. So using this as an example, you can see things like 15 plus new customers onboarded, 3 successful product launches, expanded to 2 markets, revenue growth by 32% year on year, achieved a 92% product delivery rate. Already, you can see these are quite positive numbers. So you are getting a sense of, oh, we not only performed well, we performed well enough to do as much as we wanted to. Next, we have KPI overviews. Now, I know a lot of people might shy away from using tables and prepare prefer visuals that are more flamboyant. But the truth is, using easy to understand visuals charts have lower learning curves. So it's easier for the recipient to consume the information. For example, this is quite straightforward. You have the KPI, target, actual status, customer retention, net profit margin, average project time, team utilization. You do not need to spend too much time understanding it. And already we can look at the first points there, KPI, customer retention, 28% actual when our target is 80%. If you call back to the title, you remember exactly. So this is in line with what we talked about. Then the status is there with different color codes. We have below, exceeded, below, almost. Now there's a different topic in color theory, but that is not our lesson for today. But I'll try to provide a small explanation. So blue represents things like stability, trustworthiness. Purple represents creative, and orange or orange, sorry, this is a shade of red, so that represents a warning sign. Think of the traffic light system. So it is important when you are trying to bring people along using color to make statements. It is an effective pre-attentive measure because it immediately calls the attention of the recipient to it. Next, we have the slide talking about the milestones. Here you can just pinpoint, oh, so and so happened in this month, so and so happened in this month. That way we know, okay, this is how we performed throughout the year. We had so and so achievements in what month, so and so achievements in another month. For example, here we have new CRM implementation in January. We also have first international client in April. We hit 1 million monthly active users in September, so on and so forth. Now we move on to a sample of the financial highlights. If you remember correctly, when Ibrahim was going through the OList data sets, we have a vast amount of data there, and obviously, some of you will be coming from the analytical background and you want to plot graphs. These graphs will not only inform but also influence the decision making. Through the graphs, you are able to understand what exactly is going on, the health and the situation of the company. Again, call your mind back to the SWOT analysis class from earlier. So you'll be able to ascertain the strengths, the weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats through looking at the data. For example, if you are able to see product X is outpacing product Y, clearly you know one performs better than the other, that kind of situation. Now we move on to the challenges and solutions, what we faced and how we solved it. Challenges on your left, solutions on your right. You can add as much as you want, but again, we have to consider the format we are using. For example, those of you who opt for using PowerPoint, the whole allure of PowerPoint is to make things as short and sweet as possible. That way, it won't come off as you reading off a text or reading off a book. So, for the challenges, we have short points, high employee turnover, low campaign CTR, delay in queue to delivery. Solutions: introduced retention bonus program, A/B tested creatives weekly, and added project buffer in planning. Again, just try to be as straightforward as possible, knowing your audience and how to communicate the points across. Then we have the slide on team growth and culture. Again, this can be flexible enough to mean something else to you pertaining to what the dataset is. In this case, we have things we want to pinpoint or highlight. For example, the team building events we did, our headcount, it grew from so and so. We also launched an internal mentoring program, among others. Then we have our plans for 2026. Think of this as a recommendation slide. It is not enough for you to go through your analysis, break things down, translate the raw data into actionable insights. You have to develop and implement recommendations. Go ahead and pass across action plans. Again, call your mind back to the SWOT analysis and using the TOWS matrix system. So we have plans to enter 3 new regional markets, launch AI-based product line, achieve 50% gross margin, and so on and so forth. Now, that brings us to the end of the template for the executive slides. I hope you've been able to get a few things here or there. Again, the whole point of this program is to put your mind in a place where you approach analysis from a business perspective. You are going to be the one bridging the gap between business goals and technical solutions. We don't want you to just analyze numbers. No, we want you to tell a story. We want you to curate a narrative that helps people towards making data driven decision making. So, thank you again for participating in this program. I hope you've been able to get a few things from this. This slide is going to be shared and you can feel free to go ahead and use it. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.